Timm McCoy.
Hello, Castilians. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I have to catch a plane, and I have to leave at 3, so I'm going to be quick. Thanks. I've known David for 27 years, starting in 1990. And it's truly an honor and a privilege to be able to speak on his birthday in a place he loves so much. I am Timm McCoy, and either I was blessed by God, touched by the hand of fate, or just one of the luckiest SOBs on the planet. But I'll always be grateful for encountering the soul named David Cassidy. Because of David, I became a musician, an artist, an actor, a director, and a better human being for the past 50 years. I know the thousands of us that have had a life-changing moment when we welcomed him into our lives. Back on August 22nd, 1990, I was a DJ at WKSR Radio at Kent State University. On that day, I was to have a live phone interview with David and talk of his new album, the self-entitled David Cassidy. And by the way, it was not a comeback album. He said I never went anywhere. Between song cuts, we started to learn a lot about each other. Some of it personal, but not too deep. And wow, I was blessed by God. A little over a year later, I flew to Miami, Florida and rented a car to drive to Key West, Florida and visit a friend of mine. And I was passing through West Palm Beach where I noticed a marquee outside of a bar, said David Cassidy live at the Carefree Theater that night, September 29, 1991. This was the first time that we met face to face, and I introduced myself to him, and his lights lit up like a Christmas tree. It was amazing to see the response. And again, wow, touched by the hand of fate. I continued my journey to visit my friend in Key West, Florida, and then returned to Cleveland a couple of days later after my visit and had a phone call instructing me to grab my camera and my microphone and set up for an interview at the Empire Concert Club in downtown Cleveland. This was on October 2nd, 1991. I walked into the building at 11 a.m. He wasn't going to go on stage till 8 or 9. So I walked into the building, and before I could even do anything, I hear a voice from the dressing room in the back going, "Is that the lightning bug?" That was my DJ name at Kent State. It's amazing you remember that. So I said, "Yes, it is me." And he turned to me and said, "So, you're a stalker now?" He gave me a big hand hug. And so I set up the equipment and prepped him for the interview. And sure enough, again, I was the luckiest SOB on the planet. After the interview with Wilma Smith from WEWS TV News, he said, "Do I call you Bug?" I said, "Can I call you Dave?" He said, "How about McCoy?" I said, "How about Howell?" He said, "How about Timmy?" That was the deliverer. I said, "How about Adam 11?" And I laughed so hard, he started spitting setting up out of his nose. It was an incredible sight to see. He started back to his dressing room, which was about the average size of a New York apartment, about 7 by 4. And he said to me, would you like to hang out and spend the day and see the show tonight? I said, if you don't mind. He said, well, sure, you're good company. Go ahead. Before his first break, I was in the dressing room with none other than Debbie Dothager.
I was at that concert.
And so I looked at the chair, and there was David's leather jacket. You know, the one that's got all the metal all over it, okay, with rings and everything. Which was, and I'm not kidding, about 25 pounds. At the time, David was no more than 130. And I found out later the reason why he wore that jacket was so he could come out, sweat like a dog, and then take it off and relax. And he felt light, and that's the way his music was. So I'm standing there, and Daddy says, you want to try it on? I'm not sure. You know, the least I can say is Daddy made me do it. So I'm putting the jacket on, and it's kind of heavy, and I get a tap on my shoulder. And I turn around, and it was David. He said, excuse me, Mr. Cassidy, you need a towel? And so I was really embarrassed about this, and so he said, okay, how about I just call you friend? And Danny said, you two get a room. We did meet one more time in July 4th, 2006 in St. Paul, Minnesota. It was at the Taste of Minnesota Festival, and I was with my now wife, Joan. And she never seen my relationship with David. And she was kind of blown away. Most people are. When you tell them that, and at times I don't tell them that, because I want them to like me for me, not for knowing David. And as a side note, back in 1991, I had a walk-on part for Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 5, Episode 23. I played Borg right at the end of the show. And Gates McFadden got me that job. And I just thought it was an incredible opportunity. I interviewed her, and then she wound up getting me the job. But I was seen right at the end of the episode, but completely different story for a different time. So from the stage, I am 4 deep, and David's up on the stage getting everything he got. And he turns and sees me in the audience, and totally delighted because I'm his favorite stalker. And all he could do was drop the microphone so no one could hear it, looked straight at me and said, "You're a Borg now?" Borg.
Or Borg.
I had the head for Borg. Anyway, if I had to define my relationship with David, just read the lyrics for the song Being Together. All my life, growing up as a child, was abuse. David understood my pain because he asked me how I felt. And so I talked to him about pain, relationships. He even gave me some unreleased music, which I still had not released, because I told him I would not.
Right.
And we've been in touch by letters for the longest time. And I decided when I write a book about David, and all these stories in detail, and there's some others, that I'm going to put the letters that he wrote to me too. because part of that was a side of David no one has seen. When he is being personal with you, when he was being direct to you, he was the most honest human being I have ever encountered. And it tears me up that he's not here.
Yeah.
He would have loved today. So every day I am thankful for the 27 years that I have spent with him. And by the way, we were both 5'8" in 1990. And since his passing, we are now 5'6". I blame him. He's a beautiful human being. When I use the word groovy, which I still do today, that's David Cassidy. He was groovy.
Absolutely.
David deserved today.
Yes, he did.
When he was a worldwide phenomenon, people never credited him for his talent. And those of us who've experienced him and seen him and know him and love him knows he belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And they completed honor. To stand here in front of icons, legends, actors, celebrities, and me. I guess I represent everyone who had a personal connection to David. And I miss him so much. The last thing he ever said to me was, they might not remember who you are, but I always will. Thank you.